¿Qué tal, gente? Yo soy Daniel y esto es Kampai Gameplays. Ok, gente, vamos a continuar con esta historia de What Reminds of EDITH FINCH. La verdad está bastante padre. Es muy diferente a lo que siempre hemos estado jugando, juegos de acción y todo eso. La verdad, esto es mucho más narrativo, más relajante. Estamos descubriendo cosas bastante interesante. La verdad sí me está gustando mucho. Así que vamos a seguirle, gente. Ok, ya vimos que tenemos que ir a la cajita de música.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Vamos para allá. Ok, todavía tenemos que ir al ático. Faltan varios lados. Ok. Por allá. Ok. No, y luego no hay luz. Se va a hacer de noche y ya se va a quedar ahí. A ver. Dale vueltas. Listo. Ok, here we go. No tengo lámpara ni nada, güey. A ver si aquí activo la... No. Buenas noches. Lo que no entiendo es cómo el que escribió el cómic conocía la casa, güey. O el que lo dibujó, más bien. No hay nada. Cosas de billar.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Ah, con razón. Pues sí, pues está todas estas cosas. Aquí está el tobogán del dragón. Del dragón.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Va a ser una puerta. Sabía que iba a ser una puerta. Sabía que iba a ser una puerta. Creo que traigas una lámpara, ¿eh? Ok.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
¿A un búnker?
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
No, Walter. Ok, vamos a ver la historia de Walter. Vamos a ver la historia de Walter, a ver.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, You get used to anything.
O sea, siempre hacía lo
monster
mismo.
on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
Todo que
stopped. Whatever that thing
pasaban
was,
los años.
it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
¿Hay más cosas aquí? No puede ser esto. Y está lleno de libros. Más pasadizos. Más salsa de tomate.
I know it's out there somewhere.
Fuera en algún lugar.
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Ok, a este compa se lo llevó el tren.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Okay.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Qué bonito cuadro. A ver. ¿Va a brincar? Ah.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
Ok, qué loca familia,
I
¿eh?
can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
O sea, con tus hijos. O sea, ¿cómo puede haber moscas aquí? O acá.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought
For
it was
Milton.
time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Aquí se lo llevó Walter.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Pensé que se iba a meter al mar. No, acá están unas escaleras. Tengo que regresar a la casa. Dije, güey, se va a meter al mar y se va a ahogar.
I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Es un poquito oscuro, ¿ah?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
La parte de atrás de la casa, sí. Tengo que ir por acá.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. Three of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch. Un gato. Calvin Finch. Estás construyendo. Walter Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Para ver la casa, güey.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Milton parecía que quería dibujar. Un pincel. Sanjan. Kumar.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
What? O sea, ella está embarazada. Gran revelación, ¿eh? No lo puedo haber imaginado una niña tan chiquita. No vayas por allá, no vayas por allá.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
A ver si tiene... Sí, ¿no? Si tiene 20... Sí. Si esto... No. Sí, bueno, ya está grande, ya está grande.
They were both pretty intense.
Okay.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
Nothing quite like being outside. Oop. A little more gas in the tank, I guess.
Hold still while I take...
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that...
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your mouth. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don, just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Así fue como murió su papá.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Faltan varios, vamos a seguir explorando.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
A ver, por acá había otra cosa. No, ¿verdad? No, una puerta secreta por acá que me va a llevar a otro cuarto.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Ok, bastante interesante todo esto, ¿eh?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Pues sí.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
No me digas, no.
Hello?
What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Los que están arriba, a la ballena.
It sure made him happy.
Tengo que tirar a los otros, ¿no? Vete. Ah, ya vi.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish she could have told. He'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Ok. Fuerte. Bastante fuerte, ¿eh? Ahí arriba hay algo. Goose. Down. Down. Duties, deberes. Emergencia evacuation plan. Ok.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose 2 sons after she'd already lost 2 brothers.
Ah, es el papá de ella.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Chris.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Que es el más grande. Ok. Muy modernos. Sí tiene paneles solares.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Lois, Milton.
And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Todo bien ordenadito.
But it didn't last.
Ok, eran 3. Método científico.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Ok. Tengo que encontrar la manera de entrar al cuarto de Milton. O sea, qué padre casa, la verdad. No como la mía que es de Infonavit. ¿Quería ser arquitecto, Milton? Dibujaba bastante bien,
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Ah, quería ser animador. Pintor y animador. No, hasta aquí yo me inspiraría. Imagínate la vista. Vamos a ver.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
¿Es una puerta?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
O sea, él no murió, él desapareció. Y el cuadro que le pintó la abuela. Ok.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
A ver. Terminó de pintar aquí. Y subió. A ver, espera. ¿Dónde llegan sus huellas? A ver, no. Puede ser de que de aquí. Extra Historic American Newspaper. Ok, aquí se le cayó la pintura. Y de aquí bajó. Bajó. Y por eso dice que desapareció en la pintura. En el cuadro. Que es igual a su puerta. Qué loco.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Ah, hay otro pedacito. No me di cuenta de esto.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Órale.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
A ver.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Qué loco, no, pues ya. Ya estaba bastante grandecito. O sea, ¿cómo subes una lancha hasta acá arriba, güey? Vamos a hacer historia de Lewis. De Lewis, perdón. Es Lewis, no Lewis. Lewis.
Louis's room smelled
Louis,
very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Esos vicios juegos.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Esta es la pantalla.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Sí, aquí con su chicha y... No, pues hace unos viajesotes. Cerveza, películas, DVD. Estas pelotas. Computadora, para fumar. Los monitos. EDITH FINCH, vamos a ver.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
¿Comenzó a qué?
wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats.
¿Se va a hacer Batman?
And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis-topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Ah, son los muchos que
Songs for
tenía.
him to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
¿Dónde vas? ¿Dónde vas?
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Está volviendo muy extraño
The queen
esto.
was on her own quest for sinister serpents.
Oh.
He followed the sound of her Silver harp.
Como yo en el trabajo.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it.
Y yo sigo trabajando, qué buena mecánica. Buenas noches, soy el
In his
príncipe.
own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Que los peces no me dejan ver bien.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Ay, un día en el trabajo, vientos. Buen detalle ese, Ese es mi locker. Ah, una switch.
He began to forget the world we know.
La pescadería.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
No, pues quién no se vuelve loco aquí.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him.
No me digas que va a
Even
saltar.
after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Qué
The
loco,
palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Todos me miran, todos me miran. Molly el gato.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Ok, perdió la cabeza.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Ojalá. Me falta 1, 2, 3 personas más. F. Ok, gente, hasta aquí le vamos a dejar. Ya se viene muy interesante porque ya faltan los últimos miembros de la familia para conocer su desenlace y cómo vamos a terminar esta historia. No sé, está padre, ¿eh? Está muy padre, me está gustando. Como les digo, es completamente algo diferente, algo más tranquilo y muy narrativo, que es algo que me gusta bastante. Así que, gente, nos estamos viendo en el siguiente capítulo. Bye.